So Substack Notes, you'll notice, is very similar look and feel to Twitter. This is Substack Notes. They need a logo real bad for it. It has a news feed. It has alerts and an inbox. And this is actually the link for Notes itself. This is chat, which is a private chat between me and my subscribers. Then you have a reader so that you can browse all different Substacks. Very cool. And then you can create a new note. Live on How Do We Miss That? Leave a, yeah, see, this is why I needed a keyboard. Live on How Do We Miss That? Say hi to our audience. Audioans, yes.
There we go.
Okay, so we're gonna hit that, and we just made a post on there on the network. Hey, Taibbi's back. So there's Matt Taibbi. He's jumping in. More Twitter Files reports are coming, holding up my end of the deal. These will appear on Twitter first. They just won't be on my account, since I wouldn't wipe my ass with Twitter after the events of last week.
After the events of last week? Jesus
Christ. Damn! Okay, that's breaking news right there. We need a breaking news sound. Breaking news. Matt Taibbi would not wipe his ass with Twitter. Okay. So Racket News, I'm guessing Racket News is probably going to set up new article, the Elon portion of the Twitter file. So I'm just scrolling through my news feed. Oh, goodness gracious. Look who's here. By the way,
Walker Bragman. Ugh.
You can block or hide notes from Walker. So we got Orf here. And this is just looking at the home feed. So these are some popular ones. We can also look specifically at the people I'm subscribed to. That's kind of like the following tab. Oh, there's our buddies Due Dissidents checking in. Say hi to our live audience. Okay, so we're having a conversation. I'm liking that. I'm replying. You can restack, as they've been calling it. You've got notifications up here, and this is people who replied.
I already hate that the buttons are in the wrong place.
Well, that's your opinion, man. So what's really cool is you can.
They're different than Twitter. It's Twitter, but everything in a slightly different place.
Well, people said that this is more closely related to Truth Social. And you can see that conversations are happening. You have quote tweets and you have replies effectively. You've got people at Substack that are replying and engaged. This is one of the founders, Chris Best, who's been thanking people and welcoming people to the new platform. I think this is a really cool thing that you've got. And this guy, Hamish, who's been really cool also. He's another co-founder. He's their chief writing officer. So
it's not Hamish. Like
it's Hamish McKenzie.
Like Hamish.
It's Hamish McKenzie. I'm sure he probably doesn't have that kind of an accent, but I hear Fat Bastard's voice when I hear him speak in my mind. So I did want to talk a little bit about the article that they put out, which was Notes Question Answered yesterday. And they talked about that it's a new space where writers can publish short-form posts, share ideas with each other and their readers. Through Notes, writers and readers, through them, writers and readers can recommend posts, links, images, quotes, leave comments, and more. Pretty similar flow-wise, look and feel. There's an app. I use the app. As you start exploring it, you'll post your own. You'll hear some answers. So why should I use it? Well, not all ideas or commentary warrant writing and emailing out a new post to subscribers. Notes allows them to post short-form content. It's a public forum. The ultimate goal on Substack is to convert casual readers into paying subscribers. And maybe the intermediary step of being a free subscriber in between. And I'm perfectly happy to have free subscribers, and go to indiemediatoday.substack.com or indiemedia.today to subscribe to our Substack at any time. So, readers might come across a writer's profile by way of a reply they left on another writer's note, or a post that someone restacked, right? Readers can then subscribe in just one click, helping writers build their email list. And I will tell you that it's helped me I've already got, I think, 25 or 30 new subs in the last day. Judd Lagoon, Bean Boy, posted that he got 3,500 new subs since this thing launched already. Free subs. So how could I use Notes? Well, here are some examples of what could be done. Notes give writers and readers the ability to recommend almost anything, including posts, quotes, comments, images, and links. When writers recommend great writing and ideas, their own and especially that of other writers they love, everyone grows. So in Notes, writers might write short form posts like microblogging, Twitter, anyone. They might restack posts they enjoyed. I did some of that. Promote a recent post by sharing a quote, or tag a writer they admire to start a conversation, or reply to the notes that they find most interesting. I've done all 5 of these things. And here's an example. I didn't do the quote thing, but the quote thing is kind of cool because it puts it into italics and kind of breaks it out. Another quote unearthed, right? Notes is designed to be a seamless extension of writers' Substacks, centralizing the conversation around their writing and ideas. But this way, this gives you like a place to hang out in between publishing Substack. So how does it differ from chat? What's a Substack? That's right, Fred. That's hilarious. A Substack is anything that you want it to be. And check out Indies Tech Tips. Rumble.com/Indies Tech Tips. INDIES Tech Tips. And you'll be able to... Just a tip. Well, they're short. But chat is a tool to talk privately with my subs. Notes is a public forum and a way to interact with the greater Substack network to get your work and ideas in front of more readers. How's it different from social media? And here's the key, that while it may look similar to social feeds, the key difference is in what you don't see, which is that the Substack network runs on paid subs, not ads. It's social media with a heart transplant. While attention is the lifeblood of ad-based social media, and this was actually in the other explanation article I think that we read the other night, a subscription network's lifeblood is the money that gets paid to people who are doing worthy work within it. People like Matt Taibbi, people like Orf, people like CJ Hopkins, who's on here, and us. In legacy social networks, almost all the financial rewards go to the owners of the platforms. In Substack's network, the vast majority of the financial rewards, an average of 86%, go to the creators of the content. I like that. And not only that, but Substack is even giving you the ability to buy in to Substack itself and own shares of Substack for as little as $100 a piece. So how can I create a Substack account just to use Notes? Sign up for a reader account, subscribe to your favorite writers, and voila, you can use Notes. Pretty cool. Right? How do you post one? There you go. You just saw me post one. You click that little plus, you write something, and you can see he's doing it there.
Brad in chat says they need to meet this Substack fellow.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty cool.
Heller,
his name is Hamish. Hamish. Yes.
A
Ham and
Substack is
cheese-ish?
several sandwiches piled on top of each other.
See, that's a ham and cheese-ish.
A Substack, if you will.
A stack of subs. Or it could be submarines on top of each other. Like literally. Your notes can contain simple text or more. It can contain images, up to 6, or GIFs. GIFs are available only on the web in the app soon. So far. Again, it's launched. It's day one, guys.
More than Twitter. Two more than Twitter. Are they just going to do that now? Is it going to be keep upping?
Rich text.
Substack's going to have 7.
I hope so.
And Twitter's going to have...
Hey, man, platform wars benefits all of us in some ways. All right. Again, available on the web. You've got mentions is only on the web. And I caught that yesterday. And I was like, hey, I noticed that I can't tag people. But you can tag people on the web, which is really cool. Links, you can paste the URL, see a rich link preview. The only one that you can't is Twitter. And you can restack with a note. That's like quote tweeting. And then there are quotes, which is highlighting text from a post and then restacking that as a note itself. That's the one where you had it like in italics and broken out. In the future, that's awesome.
Quote tweet, pretty much.
Right. You'll be able to add videos, audio, and more media to a note. Wow.
Okay.
All right. So where do they show up? It's going to be on a tab. They actually changed this already. It's on my user profile. So if you click on here, my user profile is here. And I believe now here's the latest. So this is what I've restacked. You see, I shared CJ Hopkins, and go look at that, the new normal left. And this is the restacking, a restack of a restack, because he wrote it, he published it this morning and restacked it in the afternoon because he published it and he actually talked about this above.
Does Substack say anything about their API in this?
No.
Like, how well does a Substack embed?
Oh, very well.
As a note embed?
Very well. A Substack embeds in a note nicely. I put it into Discord. I put it into Twitter. Okay. I've put it into, taking the link of a note like this, copy link, and then pasting that link into different social media platforms to see how it showed up.
Is there an embed, like an embed HTML in there somewhere for a note?
Not yet, but I'm guessing that's coming. But here's what happened. Okay. So CJ was saying that on Twitter, it's become my habit to dash off a tweet in the morning Berlin time. That's like midnight Pacific, right? Dead of night Eastern. Then retweet it later when USA wakes up in order to get it in front of the North American people. I assume that's a good strategy for notes. And she's saying, yes, that is. Gary's right. And one of the things is you can actually, if you write it, you can edit. So originally she stopped it here. Then she says, Gary Sharp is right. Subscribe tab is mostly chronological, but the home tab is more dynamic and does basic ranking to favor notes from your subscriptions over notes from your extended network. Already, you're getting prioritization. And I knew that was going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And here's a writers only chat room for notes, feedback, and questions, which I can access because I'm a writer. Yes, there is an edit button, E. Heller. There is an edit button.
So red is links, I guess, or no, blue is links.
Blue is links. That's orange is just part of the reader theme.
Okay.
The reader theme.
So what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a button that you could put in?
Where?
I'm just confused. Go back to what you were looking at. Like it said subscribed in a box and home in a box. Like how would you make your own box? And why make a box?
You mean like this?
Like you see the no.
Oh, this
in the text.
This
right.
They're talking about specifically tabs on a page or within the app. I don't know why or how.
Yeah, but
there's got to be a way formatted. To do that. Yep.
So like try using.
So watch this though.
Make a new thing.
I can edit and say.
Sure. So hit
10 minutes later.
Think of what it's using. Hit 3. Hold on. Hold on. Jesus. Hold on. God. I'm trying to think of what this is called. It's above. It's like tilde, but don't shift to get the actual in you. Just put 3 tildes. 1, 2, 3. And then type.
Type what?
Anything. And then put those 3 again. I'm just wondering if it's using like backslash commands.
I don't think so. No. They're not using that yet.
Like sometimes it's 3 stars. Sometimes it's like somewhere they were able to put that subscribe tab in as a thing. But
you know what's funny is I didn't send out a Substack to everybody to tell them that we were going live. That's pretty funny. Usually we do that. So I want to get back to notes, questions answered. Where do my notes show up? They show up on your profile, on a personal profile, which they can find, and you can link to it. Can I edit a note after it's published? Yes. You click on the 3 dots and you can actually edit the note and add stuff. How do I edit or delete a note? Okay. When I post a note, do my readers get notified by email? No, they're only notified in the app. And here's how we notify them about new notes. There's email digests and there's push notifications. When you publish your first note, we will push it. We might also send them push notifications for notes they haven't seen or that are trending from their favorite writers, but we will not send a push notification for every note you publish. And they'll be able to opt out. You cannot do a note just for paying subscribers because they're public. Notes are public. You want to do that, you would do that as a chat. Offering replies as a subscriber-only perk is a highly requested feature for notes, and our team is considering it for future iterations. I don't want to see that happen, but I understand. How do writers tell their subscribers they sent their first note? They actually give you like a sample draft to post and send out to all of your subscribers to make it even easier, save you time. Okay, how do you reply? You click on the little bubble down there and it pops up something that you reply. Push it real good, Ghost Star. Yeah. Hey, Craig, what's up? Lotus Notes. I think that they can't steal the word notes as a product name. Lotus Notes is the product name, but this is just notes. What will my readers see from me? In the subscribe tab, readers will see from you. Will see notes from you and notes you've replied to, posts and notes you've liked, everything, your whole activity. What's a restack? I think since we're all on Twitter, we know what a restack is. It's like a retweet. Unlike cross-posting, restacking doesn't get sent out via email to your email database. Because if, for example, and let's open up, we can go to the latest Substack versus Twitter and the Wars article. We can actually, at the bottom of this, restack. Where's the damn bottom? We have to find it. There's a cross post. Now, if I cross post, that's sending it to the entire email database. And I can send it back out.
An article.
Right. That's the difference. But you can also now restack it. Or restack it with a note and put a quote.
Yeah, it's like quote tweeting.
Right. And then put a quote if you want. So very cool stuff. Hey, whatever happened to Panquake E-Heller? That's really funny. Hey, whatever happened to Panquake, everybody? Here's everybody commenting on this article. Everybody's basically saying that Elon Musk is shit and that Substack should never have partnered with him in the first place, and they're doing the right thing by creating their own platform here, rival in some ways, but based upon a completely different premise, which is not selling ads, but user-involved subscriptions, which kind of funny enough, but I got an invite today to join subscription-based stuff on Twitter that's effectively trying to replicate the monthly subscription model that Substack has already put in place.
Yeah.
All right. So how do I navigate it? That's notes. You got home and subscribed. How does the algorithm work? Very important to ask. So they're designing a system that puts human beings in control. On notes, you'll find things that you deeply value because you'll only see things from writers who are in the universe of the work you already subscribe to. First version will be simple and will continue to iterate. I got to say that they've been doing an amazing job of growing their platform and listening to their users. So as they develop the product, they'll strive to make sure that writers and readers maintain control so it's easy to keep trolls out and even easier to let valuable contributors in. Judd Legume said that he's actually going to have a policy of the minute he sees like real negativity or anti-Semitism, he's just going to block you. He's not even going to mute you because he doesn't want to give all of the other readers of the comments access to that. So very, very pro free speech. But okay, how do you subscribe to a writer? Okay, there are a few ways, which is next to their name on any post of theirs, or hovering over an @ mention that was restacked, or in the suggestions list, which they come up with. Very cool. So these links are in the description. This one, as well as the post that they put up when it was now live. And it's a very similar post. You'd see I actually borrowed this image for the thumbnail tonight. Okay, and what does it do? Why did they create it? They believe it will be an important part of the new economic engine for culture. But what you see today is just the beginning. It's a long-term project, and success will ultimately be determined by the trust expressed by the writers and readers over the course of years. So some of the cool things that happened over the past day, and I would love to be able to actually scroll way, way down to like the very first time. So when they went live, I was right there. I had this right in my hand, and I was like, ooh, it's live. I was just saying to Reef, like, I was wondering when they were going to push this out. These are all my old Substacks that I've been publishing, but I'm trying to get to the first note. Here it was, our first Restack Hey Notes, what's going on? So here we go. This was yesterday. And you got a couple of likes. And then I see Judd's on here, and I'm able to reply to and engage with Judd. I wish you could see all that right there. Now, if you do reply, for some reason, there's a glitch. It moves you back up to the top. This was our update for yesterday. Jonathan Cook is here. He's another Indie Media Awards honoree. Go ahead, Reef. We got a bunch of those, by the way. Thank you. All right. So I'm now quote tweeting here or quote stacking Hamish McKenzie. Okay. This is one of the founders. Love the energy and passion he brings. Been using the app for a year on my iPhone. All right. It's made a massive difference in how people are seeing and engaging with Substack. That.
I mean, we were saying the other day that there was not really a way for Substack to push content that you aren't already aware of, right?
Well, that's that sort of, except that there's a news feed now, right? So now they can.
Yes. Right.
And you can see that I've been restacking, and I'm openly lobbying for a job. I would be open to working as an evangelist for Substack. I would love to work for Substack. I think they're a phenomenal company doing awesome things, and I've been totally on board. Here we go. So when launch happened, I got a 500 error right away. And Nick at Substack replied and said, we fixed it. You saved the launch. Like, I'm totally framing this and replying with Reef's quote from March 10th from a month ago, which is, hey, Substack, hire my man because he already promotes your platform to anyone who listen. So We've been talking about this for a while. I would love to go work for Substack, and I am currently seeking new employment. So if anybody is hiring and would like to hire us, Substack, if you're listening, by all means, call me, reach out. I would love to work for you guys and become the Substack evangelist. I do videos every day about Substack and notes and posts, and I would drive Reef crazy. I'll tell you, let us drive Reef crazy. Please hire me to drive Reef crazy. I would do that. All right. So INN gets into the mix, right? And now Tara's getting into the mix. And of course, we're proud founding members. So INN, we're quote tweeting INN, and there's INN Substack. You can go right there and subscribe there. There's Tara's, and we're reminding that she's also a founding member of INN. You can follow hers. And here's the piece about Twitter's overreaction to notes over the weekend. But after playing with this, maybe it's not an overreaction because it's a pretty slick platform for day one. Tara, quote stacking, and here's Judd Legume introducing himself. Hi, I'm Judd. So I think this is a really good idea. Here's CJ Hopkins, whose article we just read. He's over here, and I welcomed him, and we had a little back and forth. Everyone on this platform, and here's where they're talking about recommending your favorite writers. And here's Caitlin's Substack, and here's Indie Media Awards, because both of them are Indie Media Award honorees. And I came up with another post. Thank you. Gordon Dimmack is on Substack. Seymour Hirsch. So I just started sharing some of the most recent posts from some of my favorite writers. CJ's talking about here that he wrote this one about the Emperor Ilonicus. I remember calling him that after CJ wrote that. And then I wrote my introduction to kind of let everyone know who I am. I'm co-founder of Indie News Network, founder of Indie Left News. I publish the Indie Media Today Substack every day. Co-host How Do We Miss That on Sunday nights at 10 on INN and YouTube, Indie Left News. Earlier this year, I started a Tech Tips channel exclusively on Rumble, help people make their visions come to life, helping me start the Substack. Big fan and advocate for the platform. Excited about this new adventure, right? Now, this sucks because this just put me all the way back at the top and I have to scroll all the way down. But what I did want to do...
Oh, you heard it here first.
Yep. They're going to work on this. Look, it's day one and they're going to fix it. And I even put up a post about how it's day one and there's going to be glitches, but man, this is really smooth. but here's a short list of the ones that I write for, or that I contribute to.
Day 3?
It was day 1 when I wrote that. Some of the clips that we shared. And then here's Mel saying, I love seeing this. And Molly Knights saying that her subscribers went crazy, which is great. And Judd Legume in this thread was also, you can now click in here and see all the replies. I've had nearly 15 since yesterday. And then I replied with a screenshot. And here's what mine looks like over the last 30 days. Slick. I mean, it's definitely had an impact. This one, an upward trajectory. You see a lot of people growing. And then I saw there was a post by Judd, by Bean Boy, as you like to call him. But here's the handpicked list for today. And I'm telling them exactly what they can see. And all they have to do is click on this, and you'll be able to actually watch all 6 videos or link to them on YouTube and everywhere else that they appear. I've been tagging Suzanne Boothby and Erin Brockovich, who we featured on How Do We Miss That? A lot of the writers that we feature on How Do We Miss That, which is really cool. This is the one that I wanted you to see, which is that I decided to lay out. Yeah, that's a lot of them. You're going to have to repeat it a bunch. Because all these people and all these groups and all these networks are already on Substack. It looks like it's kind of a home for really good stuff, including, of course, us, Misty, INN, Aura.
Oh, I love that name.
Chrissy Chris. What?
What? Nothing.
I didn't even want to know.
Rich
and then, of course,
is not what?
Yeah. Link to the website, and then a link to all the other INN members that are also on, have profiles set up on Substack. We've got to get Jesse on there. He's the one who's missing that I tried to tag. Yeti as well. So that's Substack Notes.